So now I want you to tuck your toes, take your knees out wide, and press your butt back as far as you can, your sits bones, and then just pressing your body away, relaxing your head on your mat, and start to inhale and exhale, and then inhale through your nose and open up your mouth inside out. Inhale deeply through your nose. Open up your mouth inside out. And keeping that same breath through practice, but with our mouth closed. Inhaling through our nose, controlling the breath. And then start to walk your hands over to the right. And I'm pressing my right hand away and then pulling back with my left. Start to press your body down, forward into the mat. And just start to breathe all in your side ribs, all on your left side, like you're trying to get rid of spider webs that have been stuck in between each rib. And then walking your hands over to the left, again, pressing your body away and then pulling back with this one. Head down to the mat and inhale, breathe all on the right side. And then walking your hands back, so to press your body back. Interlace your hands behind you and pressing down on the elbows just a little bit. And then breathe. And taking your hands down to your mat, tuck your toes. And then coming to a cat-cow, start to pull your hands back towards your knees. Inhale, look up. Exhale, take your feet down, press your body away, taking your chin to your chest. And then inhale, pull back to the shoulder blades, tuck the toes. And exhale, pressing your body away, taking your chin to your chest. And then one last time, tuck your toes, pull your shoulder blades back. And then exhale, tucking your chin, pressing your body away. And release, reaching that right hand forward, kicking back in our left heel. Really reaching your body in opposite directions. Challenge yourself here, breathe. And then taking your leg and your hand out to the side and hold. And then bringing it back, taking it back down. Lifting your left your left hand up and your right heel kicks back and breathe. And then taking it over to the side and hold. Balance, breathe and hold. Taking it back and then release. Right hand comes up, looking at your hand, threading it through and pressing down into your hand, and then just twisting, pressing with this hand, looking over your left shoulder, breathe. Twisting is so good for our digestive system, which is where a lot of our brain fog will come from. So whatever you feed your body, you're basically feeding your brain. Breaks down a lot different than that, but you get the idea. So one more time, twist. And then release. Taking that left hand up and then threading it through, then pressing down into your mat and twist. And let your breath be your, wringing out your organs like a rag. Inhale. And exhale, twist more, breathe. Challenge yourself, press, twist. And release. Tuck your toes for your first down dog, pressing your hands away. Pulling your shoulder blades down and back, trying to press your heels down to the mat. Maybe lifting up on your toes. And then look between your hands and start to walk between your hands. Grab opposite elbows, deep knee bend here, and forward fold. Inhale to your flat back, pull back on your shoulder blades. And then exhale, fold again. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms pressed together, reaching your body in opposite directions, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back, pull back on your shoulder blades, and exhale, go down to your half push-up. Inhale, upward facing, pull through. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take your heels together, bend your knees out wide, or just step or jump to your forward fold. To your your flat back, so wherever you are. And then exhale, fold. Bend knees. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms pressed together. And then as you exhale, start to lean backwards, pressing forward in your hips and breathe. Exhale, go back a little further and breathe. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. And then exhale, go down to your half push-up. Remember, you can just bend barely the elbows and then come forward if all the way down is too hard for you. Tuck your toes. Taking your heels together, bend your knees out wide, step or jump. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms pressed together. Now reach over to the right side, press in the left hip. So really reach over. You want your arms next to your ears. So don't cheat and try not to hold onto your thumbs and cheat there either. Don't cheat yourself. Breathe. And then coming back to center. Exhale, go over to the left. Again, keeping your arms next to your ears, reaching up. Don't get lazy. Don't grab your thumbs. Breathe. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, go down to your half push-up. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take your heels together, bend your knees out wide, step or jump. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms pressed together, reach, reach, reach. Fold. Bend your knees deeply, touch the floor, reach up, and try to sit down and back. Our shoulder blades are pulled back, we're lengthening in our spine. A lot of you are probably right here, right now, freaking out. So I need you to try to take your spine up higher as you sink more back into your heels. Reach up, extend your spine, get a little micro tuck there, hold, don't give up on yourself. Come on, hold this with me, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, and exhale, go down to your half push-up. Inhale, upward facing, exhale, downward facing dog. Take your left foot and anchor at 45, so your toes are still facing forward, but your heel kind of comes in. And then use that momentum to step your right foot between your hand, coming up into your warrior one. So really trying to pull that hip forward, torso goes forward, knee directly over the ankle preferably, and keep pulling that right shoulder blade back as you sink further back. Lift your body up and press down, breathe. And then exhale all the way down to your half push-up. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take your right foot, 45. Using that momentum, step your left foot coming up into your warrior one. Again, making sure my knee is over my ankle and I'm pulling my left shoulder blade back, twisting my hips. My hips should be square to the front of the mat, pressing back in that my right heel to twist my body more. Breathe. And then exhale all the way down to your half push-up. Inhale, upward. Step or jump. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms pressed together. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees deeply, touch the floor, reach up and sink down. Again, tucking, just do a little. You don't want a huge supination, so we're just doing a little tuck. Keep lifting those shoulder blades back. Keep pulling your spine straight up. Keep sinking down and back. Trying not to let your knees go past your toes. Taking all the weight into your heels. Hold just one more second. Breathe. Exhale, forward fold. Good job. Inhale, flat back. And then exhale, step back to your half push-up. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your right foot between your hands, anchoring your back foot parallel with the mat. So we're at a 90 degree. And so this toe, this knee right here is going to press out towards your pinky toes. And then you're going to reach forward and pull your body back behind you. Lift your body up and sink down. Hold and breathe. Looking over your right fingertips. Keep trying to pull your pelvis forward. Breathe. Shoulders over hips. And then reach forward and reverse your warrior, keeping that bend in the front knee. And breathe. And then straighten out that front leg, squeezing your legs apart. Start to reach forward, taking your hand onto your shin. Now don't allow your leg to walk out. You want a little micro bend. And then start to look up at your left hand. Breathe. Trying to take your chest as parallel with the ground as you can. Breathe. Hold here. And then exhale back to your warrior two. Taking your elbow on the inside of your knee, pressing your knee away, reaching up and over, palms facing down. Keep pulling that left shoulder blade down and back, breathe. And then keep reaching and twisting, breathe. Coming back to your warrior two, and then exhaling all the way down to your half push-up. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your left foot between your hands, anchoring your back foot parallel with your mat. Coming up, again, that knee is going out towards my toe. Maybe you can turn your toes out a little bit too. And then press down, keeping your shoulders up over your hips. Sink down and breathe. And then reach forward and reverse your warrior, keeping that bend in the front knee. Breathe. Don't come out of that front knee. I know it's hard. Just breathe and hold it. And then straighten it out. Get one more stretch. And then taking your hand down. Again, we're squeezing our legs together, not blocking out our knee. Twist and look up at your right hand. Breathe and hold. Take your body more and more where you can. Breathe and hold. And then coming back to your warrior two. Taking your elbow on the inside of your knee. Reaching up and over. Really trying to turn your heart towards the ceiling. Breathe. And then coming back to your warrior two. Exhale all the way down to your half push-up. Inhale, upward facing. Pull your chest through. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your right foot between your hands and take your back knee down. Your left knee down. And you're going to take your right hand on the inside of your right foot and twist, looking up at your left hand. Keep pushing that arm into that knee to twist more. Breathe. And then taking your left hand down to the inside of your foot and twist, looking up at your right hand. And then inhale, exhale, twist. If this needs to be more challenging, you can always keep that back knee up. Breathe. And then taking your right shoulder, if you can, just taking it behind your leg. And then we're just going to try to press forward a little bit. So just a little bit, press forward, not a whole lot. We're taking that left hip down to the mat and breathe. And then walking your hands on the inside, turning your toes, and come onto the side of your foot again, dropping that back knee if you need to, and then start to slowly come down. This is another place
where it would be good for blocks. You can take your blocks here, or if you have a big pillow, you can sit here. Ultimately, we want you to come down as far as you can. Unfortunately, the hips aren't a fun thing to open up. And so this is a very uncomfortable pose for a lot of people because it works on our psoas, which is a muscle that attaches our low back to the top of our femur. And so it's not a fun muscle to stretch. So that's why I'm trying to distract you about talking about it while you're holding it. So just start to breathe and relax and hold. So the more we clench up in our body, the harder and longer it takes for our body to change. So even though we're in a strenuous pose and this hurts, we're just to calm our body down, following our breath. And just relax, pretend like there's nothing going on in my hips and they're not screaming in pain and I'm thinking all these crazy things right now. That's what we're trying to do. Ignore and calm down. So just breathe with me, one more breath. And release. Go ahead and come back up. Tuck your back toes and then step that leg back behind you. And just kind of feel the difference in your legs for a second. It's kind of nice. And then take that left leg up. And then my left hand is on the inside of my left foot and twist. Again, if you need to drop a knee, or if you need more challenge, keep that leg up and keep pulling that arm back, breathe. And then taking that right hand back inside your foot and twist. And inhale, exhale, twist. And release. Just taking that arm behind you as much as you can. And just kind of press forward and hold. And then go ahead and drop that back knee if you haven't already. Turn your toes out and come onto the side of your foot. Again, lowering your body down and breathe. Again, focusing on our breath first. That helps calm down our monkey mind. So just really trying to focus on your breath, maybe even constricting your throat. That's why it sounds like people are snoring in yoga. It's actually to help us try to contain our monkey brain and try to give it something to do while we're in practice. Just relaxing through, thinking about anything else. And just kind of noticing and checking into your body. Where are you kind of clenching and not really kind of letting go? So a lot that you need to start noticing is, what is your body saying to you when you're in these poses? And what thoughts are going through your mind? And those thoughts are things that we're trying to quiet. Let's just breathe. And try to let go. And then slowly release. Coming up, taking your your hand on your thighs, and then again we'll get to the right side after this. But take your hands on your thighs, take your foot down. If you can, try to come up onto the top of your foot just for a second. Your feet are probably going to be what's going to hurt the most in yoga. Your feet and your hands. They're doing a lot of different things they're not used to doing. So then taking your hands and just walk it down back of your leg and start to pull your shoulder blades back, pressing forward in your hips, and then slowly taking that left hand back and just relaxing back and breathe, keep pressing forward in your taking that back foot back. And then stepping forward with your right foot, taking your knee down, taking your hands on your right thigh, right the meaty part of your knee, there's a little meat there, And then just kind of coming up onto the top of your foot for a second and hold. And then lowering down, walking that hand down and then reaching back. Keep pulling forward in your hip. This is actually reverse seating. It's a half camel pose, which is good for reversing the seating that we're always doing, the sitting and stagnant life we all have. Breathe. And then coming back up, taking your foot forward. And then just really pulling that foot forward, allowing your knee to go where it will. This might hurt a little bit, but just breathe. And then release. Touching those back toes, stepping back to your downward facing dog. And then look between your hands, step or jump. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Take your feet about hip width distance. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers. And then inhale, look up, pull up. And then exhale, pull your head down. Taking your arms out to the side. Take a deep bend in your knees. Try to keep your chest on your legs if you can. So really engage your core to pull your chest onto your legs. And then start to slowly lean a little bit forward and breathe. So your legs should be doing all the work, and the top half of your body should be completely relaxed. This is our yin and yang. And I know this is probably freaking your body out right now. We are putting your body into parasympathetic mode right now. So breathe. And then bend your knees deeply, taking your hands all the way underneath. And then stepping on your wrists if you can. This feels really nice because we don't get a bunch of reverse poses on our wrist. And then again, inhale, pull your shoulder blades down and back, lift up, look up, breathe. And then exhale, lean your body forward, straightening out your legs, taking weight onto your hands. And just swaying back side to side for gorilla pose. And then bending your knees back, taking your hands out from underneath, taking your hands up on your waist, and then slowly, slowly, slowly coming up to a standing position. Now I know that can be a lot. It does put your body through a lot right there, so just take it slow, but you got this. So stepping on your mat, so we're pressing our heels down on our mat, kind of squeezing our legs together, engage your core, and lift your right leg up. And then with your hand on your hips, slowly start to take that knee out to the side, pulling forward in the left, and then pulling that right shoulder blade back, looking over your left shoulder, breathe, keeping that foot flexed. Woo! And then taking that leg back, taking the leg back, taking your hands up over your head and start to straighten out your leg and hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Lower down. Taking your left leg up. Taking it out to the side, hand on your hips, slowly taking your gaze over your right shoulder. And keep pulling that left hip back, breathe and balance. A lot of times this is hard to balance in. It doesn't look like a very hard balancing pose, but it is. And especially when we take our gaze somewhere else, you want to do it slowly or you'll notice you'll fall. So you're coming back to center, taking your hands up over your head, straighten out that leg and hold. Don't lean back, lean forward and lift higher, hold. Breathe and release. Good job. Taking your right foot on the inside of your thigh, pressing your heel into your thigh into your heel, coming into a tree pose. And then inhale, interlace your hands, taking your hands up over your head, pulling back in your shoulder blades. So in tree, if you're here, awesome, keep pulling that hip forward, trying to get this squared off. So you don't want your hips up one way or other. We're trying to square them off. But even if you're here now, that's totally fine, because we're more focused on the balance of the pose. Breathe. And then start to back bend a little bit. And do it so much that you just keep going back and then let your body catch you. We are lacking a lot of intuition lately. So let your body show you it knows what to do. So again, taking that foot on the inside. So make sure if you can't come up here, then you go back down here because you never want it on the knee. You never want to press sideways on the knee. So just taking it here, again, like I said, it's more about the balance than where your foot is. And so interlacing your hands, coming up, and then slowly taking your gaze up towards the ceiling. Grow your tree and close your eyes. Woo! A lot of times we'll fall as soon as we take one of our senses away too. So good job, good job. So go ahead and come down to your mat. And then taking your head down to your mat, try to grab your heels if you can. And then slowly start to straighten out your legs, just kind of stretching the back of your neck and your shoulders. And then slowly release, tucking your toes, coming into your down dog. Taking your right knee and your left and your ankle to your left wrist, and just kind of keep walking that leg back. Try to come up onto the top of your foot, and then just try to sink up if you can, just making sure those hips are kind of squared, and then slowly start to walk your body down. And just breathe here for a few breaths. Maybe you walk your arms forward more and stretching your body, breathe. And trying to notice and realizing where you're clinching. We're usually kind of clinching in the hip. This is a great pose to kind of call that out. Don't come out of the pose, just listen to my words. Stay in your pose, but notice where you're clinching and you're resisting and you're not letting your body open up more. Nothing's gonna happen, so let it go. Last breath. And then switching, taking your left leg up and over. Stepping your foot on the outside of your left thigh, and then taking your right elbow into your left knee, and then start to twist. Keep pulling back that left shoulder blade, looking over your shoulder, breathe. Each inhale and exhale, twist a little more, allowing your breath to wring out your organs like a rag. And then slowly release, taking that leg back behind you. And then you can just step back to your down dog. And then taking your left foot forward, so knees to your trying to be parallel with your mat. Again, we want to keep that hip kind of pressing down this way, going into our half pigeon. And then again, if you can, try to sit up first and kind of straighten everything out, and then lower down. So again, this is a great place to have a pillow or a block because you might not be able to lower down all the way at first, or you might be all the way down here and thinking, well, this is nothing. We all have different challenges in poses. So just start to breathe and relax. Again, checking in, trying to find where you might be clenching and not completely let. And then slowly coming back up, taking that leg over, and then left elbow on the outside of the right knee, and just start to pull that right shoulder blade back and twist. Looking up over your right shoulder blade and pull it back and breathe. Again, allowing the breath to be like your rag, wringing out your organs. Breathe. And release. Slowly taking bringing your legs forward. Again, we're squeezing our legs together and then kind of pressing them down, reaching up and over your toes, and then pull back in your shoulder blades. So we don't want to kind of be like this. So we want to pull back in our shoulder blades, lengthen our spine, look forward, breathe. Keep trying to lower more down as you get more space. Our hamstrings need our breath in order to open up. They need us to relax and breathe. Keep lowering down, breathe. And then slowly release and make your way on your back. Palms facing up, allowing your body to be super heavy here. Allowing your body to surrender like we do when we're asleep. We're trying to close down our mind and give our brain some time to, it's on overload 24/7 with all the distractions that we have. So Shavasana is such an important pose. So just laying back, opening up your palms, relaxing every muscle in your body. As a thought comes to you, recognize it as important or not, and swipe away. Give your brain this time. Let go, Shavasana. And then slowly start to wiggle your fingers and toes, twisting in your wrists and your ankles, reaching up over your head and shaking into your feet, squeezing every muscle in your body. And then pull your knees into your chest and just kind of roll around on your low back just a little bit. And then taking both knees over to the left side, trying to pull your knees up as high as you can towards your navel, leaving both shoulder blades on the ground, turning and looking over your right shoulder and breathe. Again, noticing where we're clenching in our jaw, our neck. Where can we let go? And I'll see a lot of people's legs start to let go, their jaw, their arm. So find where you're clenching and resisting and let it go. And then pulling your knees back into your chest again, just rolling around, maybe circling your knees. And then taking both knees over to the right, looking up over your left shoulder blade. Breathe. Again, noticing where you might be holding extra tension, where you might be kind of clenching in your hip and you don't even realize it. And I'll tell people to keep relaxing and I'll see them drop more and more. So just checking into your body, where you're kind of resisting, where can you let go? And then coming onto your right side in a pose of gratitude. Grateful for you coming to your mat today, for you taking care of you, for you putting your oxygen mask on first for the first time. You can't help anybody when you're drowning, so take care of yourself. You either take time now to feel good and be healthy, or you take time later to be sick. Either way, it's going to take time. I'd rather take the time to feel healthy. And you don't know what people go through every day just to come to their mat. So be present when you're on your mat. Love yourself. And then slowly coming up to a seated position with your eyes closed. And then we always end class with a balancing breath. So taking your middle finger to the bridge of your nose. And like I always tell my students, your mouth is for eating, your nose is for breathing. For that reason, we will inhale through our nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Plug your nose and hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale through your nose for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plug your nose and hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3,